So we have gone through the movie. You guys have watched The Crucible. Um, and so what you guys are now going to do is talk about the Crucible being an allegory. We talked about it's something that represents something else. And we talked a lot about how it represents this idea of McCarthyism. So in the mean category, what you are going to do is you're going to write McCarthyism. And based on your notes about McCarthyism, and you can do some outside research, you're going to tell me in at least, and I'm writing this up here, what each of the characters may represent in McCarthyism. Now, they can represent ideas, they cannot represent people. It doesn't have to be a specific person necessarily, but it can be. And what I mean by ideas, it can say, well, Reverend Paris represents this idea of what happens when a lie goes too far. This idea of hysteria goes too far. So I want you guys to be really, really detailed. Danforth, again, he can do power. He can do something like that and talk about what that looked like in McCarthyism. You should be using your notes from class. And research. I also want to see reference back to the movie as well. So that's going to be really, really important because we're going to talk about that tomorrow because you guys are going to be creating your own allegories of historical events of your choosing that would be appropriate for a kindergartner and teaching a kindergartner about that. And we'll look at some examples as well tomorrow and on Wednesday. The other thing is, and I'm going to have you guys actually create a new column. I'm going to have you guys do the same thing, but I want you to choose a historical event of your choosing. Or I'm sorry, a current event. Current event, not, and I'm going to even add that to the notes right here. It's all about symbolism. So you can do so many different events. And I would say from 2010 to present, I think is easy. So you're going to need to do some research and some thinking. You're going to have to think a little bit outside of the box. So we're going from here, we're being very concrete, to here when I'm asking you to think out of the box. And the one, somebody brought it up during their presentation, and I'm going to ask you guys not to use it, would be somebody brought up the Mueller investigation, that they felt like, depending on your political persuasion, that it mimicked a lot of what was going on. Now, you may not agree with that, and that's totally fine. So that's an option for you as well, but I'd like you to do something else. So you are going to have to do some research. And again, the characters can represent ideas from that, or it can represent specific people who are involved. You may, and I'm going to add this up here. And this is due tomorrow by class time. You guys absolutely can do this without a question. It's going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of research. And so we'll kind of go from there. I will have Schoology with me today, so if you have any questions, I'm going to leave for you guys a question sheet to get you started. All of the English teachers today are out of the building, so if there's something that's super pressing that you're super unsure about, please, please, please tell Mrs. Robinson and she'll get in touch with me. Or you can send me a Schoology message or leave me a note. But I think you guys can handle this. The assignment for it is already going to be up. But you can do any, and if you guys want to brainstorm together, current events, and they should be U.S. based because this was a U.S. Event. So, all right, guys, I will see you tomorrow.